Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to your fourth lesson in Wit and Wisdom reading. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with our big pizza question to get our minds thinking about what knowledge we're trying to build. So our big pizza question is, how does change impact people and nature? And we have talked about the word change, about how that means to make different or to make a difference. So how does change affect us? And how does it affect nature? So that change in seasons, how does that affect people and nature? All right, we have our pizza slice question. This one is a new one. It says, how do changes in fall weather impact people and nature? So how do the differences in fall weather impact us? And how does it impact our surroundings? And our pizza bite question, take a bite out of that slice of pizza. What do I notice and wonder about? How do you know it's fall? So this is our book that we will be looking at. On Monday, we noticed and wondered with our paintings and that poem called Weather. So today we're going to be reading a book, and we are going to be noticing and wondering. What does wondering mean? To ask questions. So we are going to be doing those two things today with our book. All right. Right now, I want you to tell me in our Ed puzzle, what do you know about the season of fall? What are some things that you already have in what knowledge, what information do you already have in your mind about fall? Go ahead and tell me in the Ed puzzle. All right. So when I think of fall, I think a lot of what is in this classroom. I think of beautiful leaves changing colors. I think, change, the change in colors. I think about seeing more pumpkins. I think about seeing orange and red and a lot of brown. I think about sometimes it getting a little cooler. Sometimes we have really warm falls, but I think of cooler weather. I think of the change in colors. So I can't wait to see what you said when you think of fall. Maybe we think the same things. So this is the cover of our book, and it says, how do you know it's fall? So our title of our book is a question. So I want you to keep your ears open, and I want you to think as we are reading, what are some things that you see, and what are some questions that you might have? All right. How do you know it's fall? Our book starts with a table of contents. You might have a wonder about the table of contents. Welcome, fall. Leaves change colors. Birds fly south. Pumpkins are ready to be picked. That is how we know it's fall. And at the bottom it says, children like to run through fallen leaves. There are 4 seasons in each year. Each season lasts about 3 months. Fall is the season that comes after summer. Another name for fall is autumn. These photos show trees in the 4 seasons. And fun fact, the first day of fall is September 22nd or 23rd. So we have pictures of trees in winter, spring, summer, and fall. Ooh, those are those colors that I was thinking about. What's the weather? In some areas, the air gets cooler in fall. There is less sunlight at this time of year. The days become shorter as the sun goes down earlier each night. Fun fact, on the first day of fall, day and night are each about 12 hours long. I'm noticing some fun facts in this book. Fall can be windy and chilly. We wear pants, sweaters, and coats to stay warm. This boy and father are dressed for a fall walk. I'm noticing that the pictures have sentences that help us know what's going on. Plants and animals in the fall. Fall bursts with color. Some leaves turn red, orange, yellow, and brown. Then they drop off the trees. Fun fact, leaves change colors because there is less sunlight in the fall. Animals use this time to get ready for winter. Many store food for the cold weather ahead. Squirrels hide nuts and acorns. This squirrel has gathered nuts for winter. Some birds migrate. Ooh, you might have a wonder about this word. They leave for warmer weather, winter homes. You might hear a flock of geese honking in the sky. A flock of geese flies in the shape of the letter V. Monarch butterflies also migrate. They journey to warmer places during the cold winter months. Fun fact, monarchs fly to California and Mexico for the winter. Kids in fall. Many crops are ready to be eaten in fall. We can pick ripe apples from trees. Yum! Apples are crunchy and sweet. Ooh, and then it has this box at the bottom. I notice a box at the bottom of this page. It says to find out if apples sink or float, try the experiment on page 30. Ooh. In October, we pick pumpkins from a patch. We carve them into jack-o'-lanterns. On Halloween, we dress up in costumes. We go trick-or-treating. Fun fact, pumpkins start out as seeds and grow on vines. In late November, we celebrate another fall holiday, Thanksgiving. We eat a big turkey meal with our family. We give thanks for all the good things in our lives. Fun fact, Thanksgiving takes place on the fourth Thursday in November. Kids are back in school in the fall. This is also time for playing football, taking hikes, and riding bikes. Playing touch football is a fun fall activity. Let's explore. Look at the picture. What do you see that tells you fall has arrived? Take a nature walk outside in fall. What clues can you find in your yard or neighborhood that says fall is here? In a science journal, draw pictures of what you observed. Write down some words that describe what you saw, heard, and smelled. We rake leaves into piles. We have fun jumping in the piles. What is your favorite thing to do in fall? All right, and that is the end of our book. So take a second and think, what are some things that you saw? What are some things that you noticed? And what are some things that you wondered? I want you to tell me 2 things that you noticed as we were reading. I told you some notices that I saw. So tell me, what are 2 things you noticed in the book? Go ahead and put those in the Ed puzzle. All right, so I'm going to think out loud. I noticed that we had some words that were different colors and bigger than the rest. Those are to tell us a new section in this book. I also noticed that some of these pictures, they had boxes that told us what was happening in the picture. So those are 2 notices that I saw throughout the book. I'm sure some of you wrote this, that you noticed that there were fun facts. Now tell me a wonder that you have. What is a question? Remember, a wonder is a question that starts with who, what, when, where, why, or how. What are some wonders that you have? Tell me in the ed puzzle. All right, so I'm going to tell you 2 wonders I had. Maybe we had the same wonder. I wonder why this book would give us an experiment at the end. I wonder why there was an experiment. And I also wonder, why did they use pictures of people and animals in real life? It's a wonder I might have. Why didn't they use drawings or paintings? All right, I can't wait to read your wonders and notices about how do you know it's fall. So this is a page from the book, and this was the page about Greece. It says some birds migrate. They leave for warmer winter homes. You might hear a flock of geese honking in the sky. So last year in first grade, we learned about the difference between informational books, books that give information, and books that are fictional, books that tell a story, that have characters, problem resolution, and a setting. So I want you to tell me in the ed puzzle, was this a book that gave us information about real life topics? Was this book about something that goes on in real life? Or did this book tell a story about a character? Tell me in the ed puzzle, what do you think this text is? It's an informational text, right? And what information about fall did we learn from the text? Tell me in the ed puzzle, what is something that was informational, that was true facts that we learned from this book? I'm thinking out loud. We learned about plants and animals, just like this page. And I also know that informational texts sometimes give me words that are darker because those are vocabulary words. And we will talk about that in just a second. This book also talked about what we do in the fall, what happens in the weather in the fall, and it gives us information about topics that happen in real life. So fall is a season that we experience every year. So how do you know it's fall is an informational text. It's a book that gives us information and facts about a real life topic. To go along with informational books, we will be doing some informational writing. So we will not be telling stories about how do you know it's fall, unless I ask about what's your favorite part of fall. And you will be telling me that soon. But I want us to think right now, I want us to get our brains into thinking about our hamburger writing from last year. So you guys saw this a lot last year. And our informational writing is when we are answering a question about a topic. So when we are doing informational writing, it's just like our informational books. You write and explain things about a certain topic. So at the top of our bun, our top bun is our topic statement that tells us the main idea and is at the beginning of our informational writing. So it might ask us, what is something that happens in fall? So you could say, leaves, the weather changes in fall. The leaves change colors, the weather gets cooler, the weather changes in fall. So a topic statement tells us what is going to happen at the beginning of our writing. It tells us all that we're going to talk about in that writing piece. So when we are doing informational writing, it needs to be all about one topic. What does it need to be about? One topic. We will not be doing informational writing today, but we will be starting it next week. All right. And something that we saw and we did not look at in this book was we did look at the table of contents. So the table of contents is usually at the beginning of a book. And see, it's the same as it is on the screen. A table of contents is at the beginning of the book and will have numbers next to it because those are the page numbers that you can go to find these topics about fall. So if we wanted to know what the weather is like in fall, we could go to page 9 to find information about that topic. If we wanted to know what geese do during fall, I would go to animals in the fall on page 13. So we will find table of contents in informational books. The only time that we would find something like a table of contents in a fictional book is the list of chapters. It won't be called a table of content, it would be called chapters. So in informational books, you will almost always find a table of contents because it gives you the topics and it gives you the information to find about your specific topic. You will also find a glossary, and that is at the end of a book. And a glossary has all the words that were dark colors. So think back to that page. Think about this page. The word ripe is dark. It doesn't give us the definition on that page, but if we go to the glossary, we can see that ripe means to be ready, to be picked or eaten. So informational books will sometimes make words darker than the rest, so we know that we can find the meanings at the end. So we will sometimes be using table of contents and glossaries in second grade when we are reading informational texts. All right, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that you enjoyed our first informational text about fall. Don't forget to read a good book, maybe go outside and play in our last month of summer. It's not fall yet, but we are getting there. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Keep that growth mindset. Good learners can do hard things. Bye, guys.